Hello everyone, welcome back to game number 2 of Psy's Friday Fan Games, a Zerg versus Zerg this time, and I organized my fraps clips and deleted some stuff, so hopefully it'll run smoother since, I don't even know why, but let's just hope it does. ZVZ, I don't really know a solid ZVZ build aside from my very susceptible hatchery first build, susceptible to just early rapage, so, I don't know, maybe I'll just like go, oh, I'm going to scout him, so that's going to be good. When you scout your opponent in Zerg versus Zerg, you know, you can usually get a hatchery down first as long as you know he's not going anything sooner than a 10 pool. If he is going sooner than a 10 pool, you definitely don't, 10 pool or sooner, or, you know, like a 12 pool or sooner, you don't want to throw down that hatchery, so I'm going to be keeping an eye on this to make sure I'm doing something safe. Doing something safe. Scouting him out, and I'm seeing he does have 2 larvae on the way, so that means he is making drones still, so that's good. And in Zerg versus Zerg, you can position your overlords all over the map. You want to cover the entire map. If your opponent gets mutas, yes, that's kind of bad. You want to get your overlords out of there, but for the most part, it will not be a muta versus. There will not be mutas, although the metagame is kind of changing, so that might change. But looks like I'll be able to fast expand. And even if he gets a spawning pool right now, I feel still safe. I feel still safe. Lol. I still feel safe fast expanding. Just kind of chilling over his base. Always keep an eye on his base. Just make sure he's not going like a spawning pool. Like hiding a spawning pool somewhere like in the corner or something silly like that. That's actually my base. There we go. And now I'm going to be floating over to his expansion because I don't really need to see a whole lot here. Obviously, he's expanding first, and he's going to get a spawning pool. If I keep my overlord in there, I might lose it. So I'm going to position it around here, which is where I want it. This guy is going to be around here, and I'm going to be able to cover. I'm going to be able to see every single thing he sends out of his base, which is really important with this build that I'm going to go. It's going to just be a hatch first into straight roaches. It's one that I've shown you guys before many times, and I have a lot of success for it, assuming I'm able to get out of the early game with it. The mutas just offer great map control. And then you transition into roaches, and your opponent's got tons of hydras, and you just totally destroy the hydras, and just lots of good, fun stuff all around. Gas is on the way. Gas around 17 or 18. These overlords back here. Get this guy up here. And I've got this overlord. I want to send him around right here. Always remember when you make an overlord in the early game in ZVZ to put it where you want it, because otherwise you'll forget. You'll just like massive a bunch of overlords, and it gets like really clumsy looking. And you could have scouting information on the map, but you don't. And then you look silly, and then bad things happen. So I'm getting 4 links just for scouting. Then I'm getting 1 spine, just 1 larva for 1 spine. It's always worth it. And then once I get 150 minerals, I will go my roach warren. So I'm going to build up to 26. And then get a roach warren. Normally I want to get an overlord at 25, but since I'm getting a roach warren, it will drop down back down to 25. There it is. Now I'm going to be getting an overlord. And then 5 roaches, maybe 2 overlords actually. And then 5 roaches right when your warren comes up. Because that's about the time when banelings might come if you're both fast expanding. And banelings die to roaches. And of course the spine is going to be really nice. So like I say, he has 6 lings, so already I'm feeling okay. Because I know he spent that egg that I spent on a spine, he spent on some lings. Getting another overlord because I'm going to have to make several spines at once. Going to position this queen to block a little bit. I don't want to transfer until my roaches come out because I don't really feel completely safe at this point. So I was able to pick off 1 ling, so that's a nice little pickup. And notice the overlord spread already. I've got full vision of what he's going to be sending at me. And the roach warren is done, so now I'm getting 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 roaches. And then you just transfer and drone up incredibly hard. You get your lair pretty soon here. I am going to put another worker on gas. Get a ling on the tower here. Doesn't look like I'm going to be able to stay on the tower. Ooh, I'll take that. So here come the roaches, and 3 of them are going to be blocking the ramp. 2 of them will be supporting your drones in the mineral line, supporting the spine, stuff like that. And I don't really, like, I'm not 100% sure what I want my gas timings to be. I just kind of get them when it feels right. And he is sending some more speedlings. And you kind of want to use your judgment. If you see a lot more speedlings than you think you can handle, make more roaches. I mean, you don't have to stick with 5 the entire time. It's just kind of, or 4 or 5 the entire time. And see, now he is making some speedlings. So I want to make a couple more roaches, just for good measure. And now I know he's using a lot of speedlings, a lot of larvae on speedlings. while I'm just using them on roaches, my units are much stronger for each larva I'm using. So that means I'm going to have more drones and more lasting power, I guess you could say. But I am getting a couple more roaches here because you can see it looks like he wants to be aggressive. And also something I missed, you want to position the overlords all around your base too so they don't sneak in with banelings just like that. Yep, there's the banelings. Gonna get a few more roaches. He might try to bust up my wall here. But see, it's just not a good idea. It just doesn't work. That was disastrous for him. Not only did he burst his banelings when he didn't need to, but even if he got in, he would have had to use so many banelings just to get up my ramp. Just to bust down the 3 roaches at the ramp. And you see, something important too is that I built, you know, maybe 4 or 5 extra roaches. I think he killed some roaches just to react to all the lings I saw him sending, and it looks like he's sending more. This game's essentially over. He is sending more lings, so I'm going to get a couple more roaches. I don't need to wait for mutas at this point because he's already so far behind. I just have to stay alive, basically. And just, you know, when he has such a cost-ineffective attack. Posting down the banelings first, as you can see. And he's going to get into the main. I'll just transfer to my expansion. That's fine. Just wait for my roaches to come. No big deal. He did kill my queen, but I've just got more roaches rallied. He's not going to be able to kill all my roaches here. Float my drones and just keep making roaches. Clean that up. And just don't panic in these kind of situations. I barely lost anything. I just lost some roaches. You know, he did get in, but that's not a big deal. Spire's almost up. Maintain your wall off here. And just do the same thing. See, I've got some roaches. And I need another queen, actually. Spire's just about up. Looks like I did lose a few drones. I'm going to transfer some back here, but I'm going to have 4 mutas, and these 4 mutas might just actually finish the game outright. Oh, he actually got up there again. Hold position's pretty fun, too. Once again, more annoying than anything else. Once the mutas come out, it's going to be over. And there's 2 of them. There's 4 of them. Now let's make sure we actually have a wall at this time. There we go. And good game. Doesn't even have a Roachborn. There's the GG. So just simply holding. His drone count, I guarantee you, was at least 15 below mine, even at this point when he killed several. Just because he had to spend so much larva on Zerglings and Banelings. So, hope you guys enjoyed that ZVZ matchup. That was game number 2 in Psy's Fan Game Fridays.